Hello, crafty friends. This is Amy. Welcome to my channel. This is a sign that I got from Hobby Lobby for $1.50. I guess the original price was $14.99 and I got it for 90% off. I don't think everybody liked that print, so I'm going to cover it, and I'm going to use the Hiipoo water slide decal papers that you can just print whatever you want using your inkjet printer. And so you'll want to print it on the shiny side, and then you are going to take your image and put your crystal clear enamel and 3 coats of it. Allow it to dry in between, and then get some lukewarm water, and you're going to hold your print in it for 30 to 60 seconds. Mine was ready, I would say, after the 30-second mark. Now, I had difficulty with this because I think I used too big of a print. So my advice to you would be to start with a smaller piece and go up from there. I wasn't sure about, didn't really realize that, but that's my advice on that. And then watch what happens when I put the image on there. I didn't take it off yet, but I just laid it on there. You can see the lady right through the cow face. So then, since I'd already wet this, I quickly dried it off, and then I painted over it, and I tried to dry it up as fast as I could by waving it around. Well, and here I am placing it on there now, and when I went to slide it off, it took paint with it. But look how I was able to save this. This paper is pretty fun to use. So you'll see, okay, when we're doing the slide, so you're going to kind of separate the image from the paper, and it just slides right out. But there's the lady's legs. And so then I was going, uh-oh, now I really got a mess. So I dotted off the paint and I put some on, and I decided I was just going to let the paint and the image dry at the same time. So I'm just fussing with it to make sure I can open it up. I knew it wasn't going to be exactly the way I wanted it with straight edges, but then I decided I kind of liked it. This is very farmhouse, and it turned out okay with this. See how I can just straighten that and pull it down. And then I took water with my fingers and just flattened out the bubbles. Now, when I first was going to do this, my idea was I was going to go around those edges with pink gingham paper. Well, they're no longer straight edge, so then I decided to go along with first I went with this hazelnut Waverly chalk paint, and I'm using these fun little brushes. I found this at Dollar Tree, and they have it in the makeup section, and I know they don't always have them, but they're kind of meant as a blending brush for makeup, and I just think they're really fun for crafting too. So I went along, did the whole thing, and then I'm going to add a little bit of this antique wax color in there. It's just a little darker, and it'll just kind of blend things, and it just kind of looks like old paper in a way. There it is. This is a pretty little cow. Now, if you look really close, you can see the lady's legs behind the cow. But I'll probably work on fixing that. If you're just looking at it, I had my husband look at it. He couldn't see it until I pointed it out. I just love this pretty little cow, and I hope you do too. And give these fun papers a try. I've got another DIY with these Hiipoo water decal papers coming right up. DIY number 2. Okay, I'm just using the back side of a Dollar Tree sign, and it's an apple. And I'm just thinking, how am I going to do this without, having this dark come through, because I don't know, I wanted it white. And so first of all, I trimmed this down so it was more easier to handle. And I wanted to use this in a different way, so I'm just cutting apart the fresh apple pies. So my idea is to get some of the Cricut and brand, or whatever brand you have of your permanent vinyl for your machine, and I'm just going to put that down, and then I'll put my image over that. And so I was kind of wondering how well this will work on this smooth, shiny surface. Well, it turns out it worked out fine. So I'll show you how I went through these steps. Just press that down in place and then trim around the edges with your X-Acto knife, utility knife, scissors, whatever it is you need to use. And then get back into the watering here. So we're going to hold that down. Mine was about 30 seconds. And now my next problem with this one is because those edges were irregular. You can see I've got, things kind of poking out. Then I struggled a little bit with that. But at least it was smaller than that first one. I also wanted to point out too with this, and maybe this is just because I'm so new at this, but if you look closely, like at the apple and some of the letters in this, when it gets all done, it's kind of cracked. And so I imagine if you had the even smaller pieces, it would probably not do that. So that's just one of the little things that I noticed with doing this. And I am by far no means an expert at this. I'm just trying it out, just walking you through to see the process of how to do this. So another tip would be, definitely use your lukewarm water and use smaller sizes, and try not to have any of these irregular pieces out there. Just do the best you can, and it is nice that you can kind of pick this up and you want to dot the water off. These little pieces worked like a charm. They just slipped right off. So there should be check out my description box for a link for these, and there'll be some kind of a discount on this. And then it just needed a little something at the top, and so we're just putting a little messy bow. The discount that they're offering is going to end on September 30th. I am not sure, but I believe it was 40%. So you'll have to check it out in my description box. And here is my apple sign. I love how it turned out. I like how it ended up, but now look close. You can see where the little cracks are in some of the letters and in the apple. It actually works nice with farmhouse decor, and I don't want to say this is something that, it always happens, because it may not. It'll just take some practice to get good at it. Thank you, my friends, for coming along and watching. I appreciate you very much. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.